Now we're going to look at how we multiply radicals together. Okay, so I've got the square root of 5 times the square root of 30. And I want you to think radicals are very similar to working with variables. So when I was trying to add or subtract, when I was talking about like 2x squared and 4x to the 5th, when it came to adding and subtracting, we had to have like terms. So if we were to add or subtract radicals, they have to be like radicals. But when it came to multiplying, did I need like terms? No. I could multiply even if the variable and the exponents weren't the same. I could multiply them. Same is true with radicals. We can multiply these together, and the way that we do it is we're just going to multiply. This is called the radicand. The number that's underneath the radical is called the radicand. We're just going to multiply those together and say that's the square root of 150. And take 5 times 30.
That's it.
Now, like what you learned before lunch, though, you have to break this down and you have to write your answer in simplest form. So, I would probably choose the same two factors that produced the 150. I'd probably start with 5 times 30. 5 is prime.
Ooh, I got goosebumps.
30 is going to be 5 times 6. Okay, now I've got 2 prime values here, and then 6 would be 2 times 3. So again, I'm going to write that product. I'm going to break it down into its prime factorization. And I've got a pair of 5s that will come out from under the radical. And the 2 and the 3 don't come out, so we're going to multiply those when we leave them in. So I'd say 5 square root of 6 would be my answer.
Oh my gosh, calm down. I'm not.
Still talking to yourself? Okay, I'm going to say that happens. I talk to myself. Okay, here's another example. I'm going to take the square root of 3x to the 3rd, and I'm going to take it times the square root of 18x. We go ahead and we multiply what's underneath the radical. Now, 3 times 18, I would probably get my calculator out for. It's not something that I know right off the top of my head. But anyway, I'm kind of repeating. If I try to multiply that out, I have to turn around and break it down anyway, right? So I can just say, well, this is 3 times 18, and I'm just going to leave it in those two factors to begin with, because I have to break the factors down anyway. So you don't have to actually multiply those together. Now with the variables, I would go ahead and I would multiply those. And yes, we add exponents when we multiply. So that is an x to the 4th. But with my 3 times 18, 3 is already prime. 18 is going to be 2 times 9. And 9 would be 3 times 3. So I have a pair of 3s that will come out. And the 3 and the 2 are going to stay under. And then don't forget the x to the 4th. That's x times x times x times x. So how many pairs come out?
2x.
So x squared. 2 sets of x's. X times x is x squared. And no x's did not get circled. So none of the x's remain under the radical. Okay, do you feel like you have it?
Yeah.
Okay, so the other side of the worksheet is where you're going to be multiplying your radicals together.